Good evening to the red eye. The red flag, red eye. The climate, seeing as lots of nobles are talking about the climate. See, when I say there are too many variables to be able to call the climate, to explain why it's doing what it is, whether it's going up or down, the variables are out of the ballpark. It's impossible. You cannot blame a tiny bit of CO2 rise, and it is tiny, for what happens on that planet, can you really? I mean, obviously it's not to scale, but if you look at it and you think about it a little bit, it's like, we've got volcanic activity. There's about 30 volcanoes going off at any one time. Now they say that carbon dioxide, it's pretty zoomed right in, is non-existent compared to what humans are doing. I beg to differ on that one. I think it's a common sense thing, isn't it? We've seen Mount Etna going off at the moment. Then we've got the underwater eruptions, haven't we? The Hunga Tonga 2021 or 2022. God, it's been 3 years already. When that went up, it pumped over 150 million tons of moisture into the air, right up to the stratosphere. And they reckoned that moisture would last up to 10 years. So that's muchos moisturos, isn't it? Then we have the underwater eruptions that create new landmass. That landmass is going to change currents, isn't it? And the currents are a massive driver of the climate. So that landmass is changing as we speak. There is always volcanic activity on the seabed floor. 80% of all volcanic activity, they reckon, happens on the seabed floor. So straight away, every second of every single day, there are changes happening at the bottom of the ocean with landmass. That is going to change the currents, isn't it? Butterfly effect. Bit by bit, there's so much going on. Space weather, right? We've got the different tilt of our axis as we spin. That's gonna make a difference. The moon is creeping away from us at, 3.5 centimeters per year. Whether we like it or not, that means on a very, very tiny, not quantum level, on a very, very tiny scale, the moon is going to be moving away from us every second, isn't it? So no tide will ever be the same. No current can ever be the same, because it's the butterfly effect. All of these things, tiny micro changes, are happening right now, on the bottom of the ocean, bottom of the Ring of Fire, right? In the Pacific. Right now, there's volcanic activity. Landmass is coming up, it's churning up. On a micro level, it's slightly changing the current, slightly changing the temperature. All of these things are always going on. It doesn't ever stop. So nobody knows what the climate is going to be doing, really, even next week. They've got records that go back, and those records, the same in the northern hemisphere every year, same down here in the southern hemisphere. You've got summer and winter, so they've got a rough idea. Do they ever, before a big flood, say, hey guys, you need to move out of there? Like 2 weeks before. Never. They never know a flood is going to happen, a bad one, catastrophic. catastrophic ones until it's on top of them. Always. That's why people keep getting caught. Do they know when an earthquake is going to happen? No. Do they know when a volcano is going to erupt? No. You cannot predict the future. You cannot predict the currents. You cannot predict volcanic activity. Guys, we don't even know what the climate's going to be doing tomorrow. You could wake up tomorrow and on the news, there could be news of a massive volcanic eruption in Iceland. And then 2 months later, we're all under clouds and it starts to freeze. That's the reality. All this scaremongering. Nobody knows what the climate is going to be doing, even tomorrow. It's a fact. Think about many years ago, 200,000 years ago, before we were around. Right? This planet, what is quite bad here in Australia, the wildfires. Look how much land humans have cleared. Imagine what it would have been like before any of it was cut. The continents would have been burning, right? Because there would have been rain in some places, mad growth, nobody to cut it. Just nobody. Think of Africa, right? South America, all of these places, the warm places. It would have just been forest, like dense, nobody to cut it. So when there's a storm, a lightning, a couple of strikes, well, and then it would start all over again. I bet you the atmosphere was worse before we came along because of that, nobody there to cut any of the brush. So you got the sun, the unpredictable sun, space weather. There's way too much going on for anybody to, oh, the climate, look, it's risen by 1.4 degrees over the last 150 years. It must be the 1 to 2 parts of carbon dioxide that's getting added to the million parts of atmosphere. 0.03% of our atmosphere is carbon dioxide. It's ridiculous. Nobody can call what is happening to the climate. It's impossible. Totally impossible.